Hi everybody, Jonathan Winstrel here from Snow Mountain Bouviers. I wanted to make this video and speak to you guys a little bit about our Dream Dog program. Many times I will receive inquiries from both clients online and people I happen to meet who might meet me and my dogs. The Dream Dog program and its very name comes from the type of dog that people say, wow, I've always wanted a dog like that. What type of training does a dog go through to become this ideal dog who's fully under control with no leash, sometimes with no verbal control, strictly hand signals or verbal and hand signals. But the dog and the owner have a bond, they have a connection, they have an eye contact. The dog is always poised and ready to follow with whatever the owner is asking the dog to do. A dog doesn't just appear on the scene with this ability. It's groomed in a dog, and very often when you're going to put this time and effort into the training of a dog, you want to make sure that you have a dog who is genetically predisposed to excel in this arena. The Bouvier is that breed. Bouvier de Flams, for hundreds of years has been the farmhand with a diversified set of chores, from pulling a cart to protecting the flock to guarding the family. Many roles the Bouvier would play in their origins. And for the years since, they continue to play many roles. Our Dream Dog program takes one of our Snow Mountain Bouviers, and at the point of purchasing your puppy, somebody would opt to buy into our Dream Dog program. All of our training phases or training programs, from basic obedience to off-leash obedience, to protection work, to search and rescue, all of the different training phases or programs are pre-purchased at the point of picking up your puppy at a 20% discount from our regular rates, as we do train dogs professionally for outside clients, but we always prefer to work with our own because we know just what we're working with. And working with the Snow Mountain Bouvier is a pleasure because it's you know, I've been hands-on on every training course we've given since the beginning. They all have been from my breeding, from my dog. So once again, I know part and parcel every square inch of the dog's inside and out and what I'm working with and the ability that I have to really create phenomenal dogs. The Dream Dog program, when people take a puppy home, what's truly special about the program itself is a dog going home, a little puppy, can go in two distinct directions. One, in the right home, when the dog is brought up properly, right away the proper hierarchy is set up in the home. The dog establishes quickly here, and after going to its forever home, how the house runs, who's in charge, what the dog's role is, and what we ask the puppy to do. Even at a very young age, very often we're asking the puppy to do things. Come here, Skippy. Come on, buddy. And the puppy might come, and sometimes nothing happens. We expected him to come. We called him. Or he doesn't come. What happens then? Let's say you bring a puppy home. The biggest problem I see with puppies and the way they're brought up is we over-coddle them. There are no rules. Oh, he's so cute. Let him up on the couch. Oh, he's so darn cute. Come on, bring him in the bed just for now. And bad habits ensue. So say the dog's 3 months old, we're going to brush him out and give him a bath, and he's a mess. He got into a big mud puddle, and the puppy decides, a 3-month-old puppy, I don't like that. I don't like being brushed. Oh, he doesn't like it. Well, all right, we'll stop. Or you're walking him on the leash, and he's pulling on that leash, and you say, well, gosh, look how strong he is. This is kind of cute. All right, buddy, go ahead, pull me on that leash. Or maybe he just scurries out the door and runs out before you do. You call him, get back in here. Oh, get in here. It's raining outside. You don't want to go out there. Get inside here. And you're yelling at the dog. Before you know it, you're in an argument with the dog. You're yelling and he's not listening. And now we're starting to get into a bad direction here with the dog. The Dream Dog program brings a puppy home and the house is well prepared. We send clients a series of videos and instructions on just how to bring this puppy up. We're not doing the training at this stage, but we're instructing the new owners in their forever home on what to do with the dog for creative building blocks of play that will eventually relate to stepping stones of training. I bring that little puppy home, instead of just idle play, tugging on my sneakers and maybe going after a tennis ball, we'll be in the backyard and I'll say, let's say the dog's name is Zook. Zook, come. And I'll back up and he wants to chase me. He doesn't even know we're training. He comes running after me, and as soon as he gets here, I give him a little treat and some lavish praise. Good boy. And then he smells the grass a little bit, and then I catch his attention. I start running backwards. He sees me. Hey, where you going, Dad? He wants to chase. As soon as he initiates, Zook, come. And I give him a hand signal and a verbal command, and up he comes, and he gets his little treat. And I praise him like he's won the Nobel Peace Prize. He's like, I don't know what this is all about, but it sure is fun. So as soon as we go outside, after I've done this exercise 10 or 12 times already, over the course of a few days, we're outside. He's gonna, wait, I thought you were gonna go backwards and call my name. He goes to, he looks at me again. So he starts to wait for me to give him that command. And I run backwards and he's chasing me. So what are we tapping into? We're tapping into the dog's prey drive. He wants to chase things by instinct. When he gets to me, he gets that little treat and he gets praise. Good boy. So now he's starting to develop a vocabulary. He learns his name. He knows the word come. He knows his hand signal. He knows good. And I give him that treat. So he starts to learn good and no and come and zook and all these things. And the owners have a series of drills that they do. So when I get the dog back, this dog is going to come back to me as part of the Dream Dog program. Say he's doing his basic obedience here with us. I get to control his every day for anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks. I don't make his daily activities too exciting because I want the 3 training sessions, anywhere from 2 to 3 training sessions a day that we do, to be the highlight of his day. He looks forward to the sessions and we make them fun and engaging. So when that dog goes home, we've developed a whole new repertoire of skills and drills that this dog does, which the dog doesn't consider it work. For the dog, it's play. So we've made his training play and his play training. And at that stage, we're setting up the pillars of training to have a phenomenally trained dog. Whether someone just wants to have a well-behaved dog, that should go through this training. As soon as we start the training, even with a puppy, the maturing of this puppy that we see as their brain develops and they start being considerably more cognitive is quite amazing. And these dogs are bred originally and to this date for that purpose, for their workability. And of course, lovability, because they're phenomenal dogs. But in this training video, we're talking about strictly their abilities and our ability to enhance what the dog does to make them a phenomenal working and home companion. Let me see if I've covered the majority of this stuff. The dog comes back to us anywhere between 4 weeks and a year. 4 months in a year, 16 weeks in a year. And that time frame I can explain better why some dogs come back earlier. If they're in an ideal home, I will keep them in that ideal home for up to a year, because we could do so much more in finishing a 1-year-old dog than we can with a 4 or 5 month old puppy. One will look like a kid going through its paces, and one will look like a mature, quick-moving adult. But we would take in a younger dog at 4 or 5 months if we think they're not in the ideal training home. It's not a bad home. They love the dog, love him to death, but the dog is making mistakes and the owners are getting frustrated. We want to make sure we get that dog at an early age to establish the right hierarchy and to give the dog a hobby, which is his training. All dogs need a hobby to keep them happy, to keep them involved, to keep them engaged. So I hope that gives you a little bit of insight into the Dream Dog program. Many of our clients come back many times, either every 6 months or every year. They might start with basic obedience. They might down the road a bit, they might come back for full advanced obedience, which is the full off-leash obedience program, protection work, search and rescue. The sky's the limit. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. My name is Jonathan Winstrel. I look forward to hearing from you all and working with you guys and your puppies. The last phase of the Dream Dog program is, of course, the handlers, the owners come in-house And I work with you guys, of course, on a number of sessions before puppy pickup to, in a sense, teach you how to use the beep, beep, beep remote control for your dog. There is no remote control, but like anything else, if you don't know how to work the remote, you're not going to get the programs you want. So once we've trained the dog, we train the owners on how to properly handle the dog and get full compliance and engagement, because the training is based upon the dog working for you, not for me or us. Okay, everybody, thanks for listening. I hope this was informative, and I look forward to speaking and seeing you soon. Bye-bye.